Can I just say, I think Awkwafina is having a great year. If she doesn't have a dragon fetish, I'm pretty sure she does now. At least that's what it seems like to me. In Raya, she played a dragon, and in this movie, there are dragons, but I can't tell you what she does with the dragon. It's not dirty. I kind of set it up that way.
Kind of dirty. Definitely a family movie.
Yes. Speaking of family, I was thinking again about Vin Diesel. It's about family. Because this movie, like Black Widow and Fast 9, is about family, folks. That's where we're at today.
Maybe that's... Oh, you know what? That's just the theme for the year. Every single one so far.
Dune trailer, family. Let's see. We just saw the new Dune trailer before you walked in. Eternals, family.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a family. I guess you all should have one. Apparently, they're great. I don't have one. I live homeless, but you know, think about it. All right, guys. So I've been hyping this movie up since I saw it 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't wait to see it. But before we get into your guys' reviews, if you guys want to hear my review, I got to see it 2 weeks early. You can check the video, the last video. Maybe I'll leave a link. I'll leave a link down in the information below in case you want to hear my full review of this. I will do a spoiler review with these guys, but I'm not really gonna do much. If I do my review, it's just gonna be me repeating. So you guys can just kind of wait on that, or just skip it to like our spoilers if you want to hear more of my input. So we're here to do what movie to do? Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings is the full title of it. This is a Marvel film. You don't need to watch the previous Marvel films, but if you have, you'll pick up on a lot more jokes.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was in the Marvel universe until, like, if they hadn't mentioned at the beginning about half the people in the world getting snapped away,
like Thanos,
you wouldn't even know this is in the Marvel universe.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, this movie is kind of set up in its own universe, and that universe is effing amazing. So I'm just gonna shut up, and I'm just gonna, because I would love to talk about this movie more. But hey, Shannon, give us your first thoughts of your impressions of Shang-Chi and the non-spoiler Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole time I'm watching this movie, I have one thought in my head.
Awkwafina's cool.
Yes, but also the fact that we don't have a live-action Mulan with all the original music starring Awkwafina as Mulan is a war crime.
Actually, Awkwafina as the little dragon that Eddie Murphy played is a war crime. That didn't happen.
Why do we not have an Awkwafina Mulan movie?
Awkwafina as Mushu would be absolutely the greatest thing ever.
I would watch that. I would watch the hell out of that.
Maybe they were like, well, Awkwafina's playing a dragon in Raya, and she's in this movie.
She can play both characters. She can be Mulan, and she can be the dragon, and then the dragon can just represent her inner voice. I would love that. How cool would that be?
I mean, I'm not going to be against it.
It would be her conscience. She could play Mulan serious, and she could play the dragon funny. Okay, Awkwafina, you just need to put on a one-woman stage show with a puppet on your shoulder where you're Mulan with all the original Disney songs. I would watch the hell out of that.
Did you ever watch Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah, that was great.
Awkwafina steals every freaking scene. And
throughout this entire movie, I kept thinking they are not using their Awkwafina to her full potential. If you're gonna have Awkwafina,
whoa! No! They definitely hyped up the Awkwafina train.
They did
really hard in this movie,
and then she's hardly in the movie.
Well, it's called Shang-Chi.
Let's make this about a side character in the movie.
But one of the things that I do like about WandaVision is that one chick who's a side character in the Thor movies, and she gets to like have full reign in WandaVision. What's the scientist chick?
The black-haired girl?
Yeah, like she's just running around with the guy from Ant-Man, and they're just trying to solve like why Wanda's going all crazy.
The girl from Thor. The two broke girls.
Yeah.
She was my favorite part of Thor.
I mean, I'm saying with Black Widow. I mean, sorry, not Black. Yeah, Black Widow.
Yeah.
Take the guy who was from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
The fat Russian Captain America.
Oh yeah.
Then you take
Awkwafina
from this movie and the girl from Two Broke Girls or whatever
that would be hilarious.
And they just kind of just ramage through MCU and just maybe they go bar hopping together.
I would have a blast doing that. So
I'm sorry, I'm
wanted to
distracting you, but
Marvel needs
No.
a short film of them doing that.
I know.
Yeah, right? Even just
They do,
a
but
TV show. I would watch all day
Marvel
long.
does a really great job of side characters. That's what I've
Yeah.
learned. Like, their side characters are like the best parts of these movies.
Every side
Awkwafina,
character
Stranger Things guy
is set up so that they could have their own movie.
Yeah.
And that's a really smart move to do because obviously they have 47 movies out
That
there.
makes me think though that's actually the director's doing, because if
course.
you
Yes.
if you look into it, we had the same situation when we just watched the DC movie, the new
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yeah.
The side characters, most of them were all side characters, and they were amazing.
Who doesn't want a
Absolutely
Ratatouille sequel
amazing.
now with that French girl?
Exactly. So,
Or, well, we are getting it. John Cena's TV show has just gotten a premiere date.
yeah.
What's his name again from Suicide Squad? Captain. What's his name? John Cena's.
I think it was the Peacemaker.
The Peacemaker. Thank you. Okay,
It
yeah.
was the pack something.
Peacemaker.
Pac-Man.
Oh, you're just gonna call him Pac-Man. Okay, that's fine too. Anyways, we're getting
Captain Sorrow.
ADD. Go ahead, Shannon. I'll shut up.
Anyway, if you're into action movies, you're gonna love it. If you're into Marvel movies, you're gonna love it. This movie starts off like it's gonna be a comedy. Like the first 20 minutes was fantastic.
And then it goes drama. Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
you know.
when they're on the bus and everything, like that was fantastic. But then once
They get to
once
China.
they get to the serious part, it does
Yeah.
not go back to being a comedy until the last 5 minutes.
But that's
It's heavy drama.
Yeah, I was like, I'm okay with that though. There was good drama, like family drama.
Visually, this movie is stunning.
Okay. Why?
And there's a lot of beautiful landscapes, beautiful
Okay.
colors, beautiful fantasy creatures, some ugly ones that I didn't really care for, but beautiful, just like the scene where it's in the trailer where the water comes out of the wall and it's making different shapes. Like some of that stuff is really cool.
That was so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
You know, I've seen this movie before, but then the visual stuff, that stuff is new, and there's some cool technology that I don't think they've ever put into like.
Here we
this
go.
kinda
Now we're getting
animation
some good
before.
Shannon review here. All right, keep going.
Well, water is the hardest thing to animate. So anytime
Yeah.
you see an animated movie, look at the water. And they always put a ton of water in animated movies to show off what they can do.
With water.
Yeah, because it's the hardest thing. So with the scene where the water comes out of the wall and it's making all the shapes.
Oh, with the two pendants with the dragon and then the water kind
Yeah.
of seeps. Oh, yeah, okay.
That was really good. It was very well done visually.
What about, okay, so colors, creatures, really cool visuals. like
Awkwafina's great in this.
Awkwafina's great.
Every scene she's in, she steals. I wish that they'd put her in more scenes, like made her the main character.
I like I really like the family drama of like the dad who is trying to find his wife and the kids are kind of like
You're going nuts.
well, yeah, like the kids are basically
Yeah.
like they were like teenagers, I'm guessing, at the time when something happens to their mom, which I won't go into because of spoilers, and then like they kind of both just kind of go do their own thing, and they haven't seen their dad in like 10 years or so, or whatever it was, and then like they come back together because the dad thinks he's found his mom. I appreciate that family stuff that was in there compared to like what it was in Black Widow. Also kind of had a lot of that, this like weird family dynamic, like how does this world fit in with these like crazy super people, right? And like how I enjoy, I really, so for me I would say the family stuff was compelling
Okay.
compared to, I agree, the action. I think the family stuff, the visuals,
it
it was
was.
really good, and those kids are adorable.
The kids were adorable. I recognized that kid from Minari right away.
He's so good. Yeah,
He's a very good little
I'm
actor.
I'm gonna wait to see what his future holds because he's getting better too. Like he looks older in this movie compared to Minari.
Well, he is.
Well, so you would say it's a decent Marvel movie, but you enjoyed the visuals
It
and the family stuff, but not the action.
Won't even make my top 10 for this year.
It's gonna make my number one this year so far.
I know. I can't believe you watched it 3 times.
I'm probably gonna watch it 2 more
I
times.
understand why people like it. I see the value.
Did you see
in
the
it.
guy next to you? He was just like right up.
He was into it.
Yeah, but I think that was me the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
I was not ready for this epic, mystical Asian story of like. I mean, I've seen it in Mulan. I'm talking like me and George watch anime.
Yeah.
So like we like.
huge into it.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
anime
Yeah.
mythology of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I
Of these-
love Avatar: The Last Airbender.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you get to like air, wind, water, earth.
But that Avatar has
Dedicate.
fantastical worlds, but at the heart of it, it's a character-driven show. You're rooting for Aang, you're rooting for Katara, you're rooting for the brother. They're the heart of the show. They're the meat and potatoes of the show. I should say they're the rice
But-
of the show.
To me, that's why Avatar is great, because you get these characters. They have, like, Shang-Chi is a broken man who, like, is lying to his best friend.
Yeah,
Also
that's
potential
true.
love interest, who knows. But like the thing is, like, there is, and they're slowly peeling off the layers of like
Yeah.
what happened with their family. That stuff was fascinating. Like, it was great. And yeah, I also got great action, but you know, it's a Marvel movie. You're gonna have great action.
I think that I did miss a lot of the plot points in this.
Okay.
Because there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so for me, the reason I watched it again is because if you would have asked me the first time I saw it, I missed half of that
Yeah,
stuff.
I didn't know a lot about. Maybe if I watched it again, like Guardians of the Galaxy, first time I saw it, I was like, the music was good, but it didn't do much for me. Second time I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like so much in this that you can see about like his dad, and the second
There
one
you
was
go.
really
So for
good.
me, that's what's happening.
Okay.
Because I've seen it 3 times now, and each time I've picked up something new. But anyways, George.
So, this movie was fantastic.
All right.
And it doesn't have any of the Fantastic Four in it, which is awesome. So, anyways, yes, I thought this movie was absolutely great. I would definitely put it up there as one of the top Marvel movies. Not sure if it's I wouldn't call it the best Marvel movie, but I would definitely say this would okay, except for Doctor Strange, this rivals all of the origin story. Like it
What?
beats all of the origin stories.
I said that in my
Spider-Man.
review.
So- Oh no, he's
God, that
Oh,
was
come
no.
on.
I love
I'm sorry.
Spider-Man, but that origin
he's
was
a good
terrible
character,
movie.
I never
Yeah.
get tired
It
of
was
that
not a
one.
good
Look, I
origin
grew up with
story.
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. I've seen Spider-Man's uncle die more times than I need to. Uncle Ben can stop dying now. I'm sorry,
Have
but
you seen all
Spider-Man.
the memes about it with the latest one?
Or Aunt May with Doc Ock.
Oh my goodness, yes. When he realizes he has to kidnap Aunt May, and he's just like, sunglasses lowered.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
I mean that actress is drop
it's-
dead gorgeous even at her
she
age
is.
today.
She is. Perfect aunt. So anyways, I would have to say this movie, I absolutely enjoyed the beginning, which normally with origin stories, the beginning is like really dry.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be dry, but Aquafina came in with humor, and then we had, like scenes with, martial arts, which I wasn't expecting that early or that way in the film.
That was
The
good.
entire
really
part
good.
where like Shang-Chi's mom is just using leaves and like to just like whoop like Shang-Chi's dad, like it's like you're nothing.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was absolutely beautiful the way that was done. And it's all, basically it was, I'll go into that in spoilers.
I know.
But, oh gosh, this is so hard.
I
So
know.
hard to keep it non
because they really didn't show anything in the trailer. This
That's
is one of the
very
things whereas like I didn't like when I was watching the movie the first time, I was just like, holy crap, there's a world here that is completely not what I thought this movie was going to be.
Yeah. And so, like, these characters were, in my opinion, they were really good. And I mean, they have a decent amount of flashbacks in it. Like,
yeah.
quite a few times. Normally, that would annoy me in a movie. But this movie, they do it at the right times and for the right reasons. I actually enjoyed it. Because it helps with the storyline, which that was another thing that was really good. And like keeping parts of that storyline hidden from you throughout it until it was, like something that you needed to see to understand it. I thought that was a perfect way to do it, because that kept you interested the entire time. Otherwise, I feel like they would have told the story too early, and you would have lost interest at least halfway through it.
Right.
But another thing I absolutely enjoyed as well was the fact that they ended up having where in certain periods, especially in the beginning when it was like slow and he's just doing like everyday things, they actually had like, soundtrack that was really loud. Like, I mean, like almost like nightclub loud, which was awesome in my opinion, because I love that kind of scene.
Yeah.
And you know, they just had that going over like as like nothing's happening, and it was just so nice. It was music I actually enjoyed too. I kind of want to find it.
I was gonna say this to you actually. I was like, I want the soundtrack for this movie because the music is absolutely great. Like,
it is.
Every single music selection, from like background music to like actual songs they're using, was like really well done.
I loved all their karaoke scenes. Those were the best scenes.
Or
and then they sang a bunch of Disney songs, which was really fun.
oh yeah, that's right. I did see that.
In their
yeah.
karaoke, just
Yeah.
like they were doing Aladdin songs and stuff. That's fun that Disney owns this company and can throw their own songs in there.
And it makes well, yeah, that's true.
I do
You're right.
karaoke Whole New World all the time.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's fun.
It's a good one.
So yeah, sorry, George. Do you have anything else to add?
That's about all I can say that's not spoiler. But I would definitely say check this movie out, especially if you're into Marvel, action, martial arts, or family.
All right, I might add a little bit extra. I do have my non-spoiler review that I got to see 2 weeks ago. Same thing. There's a Shakespearean story happening here in this movie, like this long, like family mythology of like this character who you like. I like when villains aren't just like paper cut, like he's just bad. You know, I was rooting for their dad in some ways, in a lot of ways, and I really appreciated that aspect, you know. And I was rooting for, even to like, you know, to the point where I wanted this family to come back together in some way. Not that was going to happen with how the story was going to go, which I won't go into detail, but there is like a heartbreak Shakespearean like type of story, like Romeo and Juliet, or like, you know, one of those really great family tragedies that you watch and you're just like, oh my god, like this is just, you know.
I want to add that I think you could take the sister out of this movie, lose half an hour, and you would lose nothing from the plot.
So the
she
reason,
doesn't do anything.
right? But her entire character is supposed to be a mystery because I kind of know what happens to her in the sequels in the comics. So that's the reason they did it.
Because she's a sexy lamp in this.
She's not just a sexy lamp. She had good scenes with Awkwafina. I mean, I don't.
She is so sexy. Oh my god.
But she's also sexy, yes. But at the
but
same
she's
time,
a lamp. You can take her out of the movie and you'll lose nothing.
I think the
I don't think
sequel.
so.
I think the sequel's really gonna do a
They
really
should've given
great.
her more in this.
You can't, because there's only one thing that you can. Okay, I can't even talk about it. Just wait for the spoilers. We'll talk about the sister in a second, because
right.
it is huge spoilers.
Are we ready for spoilers? Let's go. No.
We're getting there, yes. And I would say, I mean, you know, watch the videos, guys. There's a guy who did the cinematography for this. He did the Matrix trilogy. He did Alita Battle Angel. He did Aquaman. I mean, just visually stunning. Like, the guy knows how to do camera. There's one scene. There's one scene where this bad guy with the mask and there's a building like image in the background where the billboard lighting is changing.
Oh yeah.
And then Shang-Chi and him are having like this hand-to-hand combat with the camera just going in and out of like their faces to the background of the billboard. It's fantastic. There's a scene on the bus that is just absolutely bananas, and it works on every level. Action, cinematography, music, like these funny characters who are just trying to like, okay, I guess we got assassins on this bus, and I'm gonna video record this.
I wanted him to come back into the movie later. He was so funny.
Yeah, no, he was. There's just some fantastic like camera work happening here, but you know, for me, that hand-to-hand combat stuff between like no CGI is just
That's
like
the best.
That was the best part of the movie.
Best. I can't even kid about it. That was definitely the number one part of this whole movie. And
watching it again, you get to see more of that like hand-to-hand, like how he's doing it and what it means. I actually watched this. There's a freaking spoilers. I can't talk about it. But
let's go into spoilers, please.
I know. Okay. Anyways, long story short, we all, in some aspect, enjoyed this movie. I think me and George will say this is probably going to make it into our top 10 somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, we're going to go into our spoilers now. Please don't watch the spoilers. This movie is actually really worth your time. Go watch it somehow, some way.
Yeah, even I'm saying to watch it, even though I didn't love it.
Yeah. So yeah, come back and then and then we'll go more into things that, well, I mean, the trailers just literally don't give anything away, so we can finally talk about it now. So yeah, check it out. We're going to spoiler warning now. So in the comics, what I was gonna say was the sister becomes the villain.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so the whole aspect is she's jealous of, which is in this movie, if you pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
She's jealous of her dad, and she's jealous of the brother-dad relationship. And
yeah,
for her,
absolutely.
For her, she's like, well, I'm just gonna take over the Ten Rings organization for myself and become the villain. She basically just, there's a whole thing that happens between it. And there's another tragedy to that, because Shang-Chi basically, has to basically watch each one of his family members go like, of the dark side, basically. Yeah. And like I said, it's a Shakespearean with Asian mythology tragedy.
Yeah,
like, this is just... It's a fun Marvel movie, but let's not forget, like, what the characters are going through is really sad. I think the sequel will, now that we got the thing about origin story is you got to get to the meat of the origin so you can set up the sequel to, like, what's going to happen next. And then you can bring in the Jakes. We can bring Jakes too, I don't care. But I do think with Black Widow, we have seen Black Widow talk about all of her past so much in Avengers and Iron Man and Captain America. Like, this, by the time Black Widow came out, Scarlett Johansson's been playing this character for like a good decade. Yeah. We didn't need an origin story for Black Widow because we already know her origin story.
But it was fun anyway.
But that's what I'm saying. Black Widow could be fun because they're not trying to get through the mythology of Black Widow.
Right.
The mythology is already there. Here, you have to set up this entire universe of these mystical characters, these 10 rings and what they do and how it relates to the dragons. You have to get through it.
But what about the Fight Club? That was so awesome.
I do love Fight Club. That's a great movie.
I just want to
He's talking about the cage match in the movie.
The cage match in
this. But Fight Club's
a good movie.
So that was.
But they punch each other all the time, Shannon.
That explores.
Brad Pitt is just punching the crap out of people.
Yeah, with no shirt on.
That's how it all started. He punched himself. So,
maybe
anyways,
that was the key. They should have. Yeah, he was.
Wait, Shang-Chi took his shirt off. He looked good.
For like
what are you talking
2
about?
seconds.
I know.
But in Fight Club, sorry George, I'm getting back to you. In Fight Club, they go and explore the psychology behind why men want to fight all the time, and it's brilliant. Go ahead,
that's
George.
true.
Yeah.
So in the cage fight in this,
with,
oh my goodness, the portal. Oh, the portal punch was amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just want to say I have played Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Yeah.
And that punch,
that punch is everything.
That punch, like, I felt it on a whole other level. It was so beautiful.
There are women who fight in this movie, and they do a really good job. Like, first of all, like, what's her face? She's in Crazy Rich Asians as the evil mom, and in this movie, she's the aunt.
I thought I recognized her. She's
actually
beautiful.
Did
I don't know
a
who her
lot
name is.
of martial arts movies in the past.
Well, yeah,
she was in a lot of movies with Jet Li.
She's a great actress, and I've seen her in what's that movie? The one with
Crazy Rich Asians?
No. There's Memoirs of Geisha.
Oh, Memoirs of a Geisha.
We're like, I mean, it is very dark, but it's also very true. And her character is so good in that movie. Oh my gosh. Just goosebumps thinking about it. Her acting level is so great in that. You can't just say, I can't just say men are the only ones who want to punch somebody in the face. There are tons of women who today fight. I've seen them fight. We got,
what's that one movie that we just recently watched with the wrestling as well?
Wrestling?
I can't remember the name of it.
Did we all see it?
It was
John Cena?
from India. It was a Bollywood movie.
Oh, that movie was good. Those girls wanted to
Yeah.
punch everybody in the face, and,
And
they did.
They were awesome.
And they were awesome at punching guys in the face. Anyways, we're getting distracted.
Shang-Chi.
Yes, we got into the
Fight Club.
Besides the punching, like Shannon was saying, the movie's beautiful. The origin story is great. I really want to know what happens between Shang-Chi and his sister, and where this mythology, this Asian universe goes.
His sister was amazing.
I
just have to say.
She
was
didn't
phenomenal.
do anything.
She was amazing. She
She
was
just
an
stood there
angry,
and-
beautiful woman. No.
That's,
She just
it
stood
was made
there
for
and looked
George.
pretty?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's why George
I was
enjoyed
gonna
it.
say, yeah, she didn't do a lot.
She did some amazing martial arts. I don't know
She
what
did.
you guys are talking about.
Well, we know Shang-Chi's gonna be in Marvel and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, so
And
whether you want Shang-Chi or not, Shang-Chi is part of the Marvel universe, and we'll be watching.
anything with the little kid from Minari, he's a good actor. I can't wait to see what he
Oh,
does.
he's not going to be back, I don't think.
But I mean, in other movies, that actor will come up.
Oh.
He's a good little
Yeah.
actor.
Okay, so for me, the thing that I like the most is the big cameo, of course, is Ben Kingsley from Iron Man 3.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
talk about him.
That was great.
He
I'm an
showed up.
actor,
I love
an
that.
actor. They thought I was a terrorist. I was just acting.
He was in Iron Man 3?
He played the Mandarin, yeah. He played the villain, but he said he wasn't the real Mandarin.
You might have
Shang-Chi's-
missed some of that part because
They were
you
scared
stepped
of an
out
orange.
to the
Yes,
bathroom
that's
Oh,
right
yeah.
around that time.
That must be
Like-
what I missed.
Yeah.
And he
'cause-
explained that he was basically like pretending to be a terrorist by this organization that wanted to cripple the U.S. government, which it did. And he was imprisoned for that because he was, even though he wasn't the Mandarin, he still was part of the crime and knew that it was happening.
Okay.
In this movie, he is kind of like more soft. I would say he's kind of like trying to do good compared to Iron Man 3, I would say, George.
Mhm.
Where he's trying to help like Shang-Chi and help this mystical village, and he also has the best lines in the movie, in my opinion. Oh my god, you can see him. Okay,
That
I'm not
was funny.
crazy.
That
was
was
funny.
so
No,
good.
what is that?
What is what?
So that was pretty awesome. I want more of this village in this other universe with all these dragons and like thousands of years of mythology of these creatures and where they come from and what the origins and how. I mean, they kind of talk about it in the spoilers. Like, oh, that's what that means. I have not read the comics to
I
that
don't know
level
what the
to
beacon
know
is.
what the beacon is or what
I
these.
don't know either.
Because again, like they set up the universe, but we still never learned what the 10 rings are. We know that it grants
Yeah.
people,
A lot
you know,
of
power, which his Shang-Chi's dad used to like murder people for thousands of years
That
and
was-
get power, which
That
makes
was,
complete
like,
sense.
A
There's
wow moment
Yeah,
for me was
yeah.
when he like sent them to
Yeah.
him as he was dying.
right.
I was just like, whoa.
Well, I
That
think he
was-
realized, oh, that's not my wife. That's evil, nasty-looking dragon.
Yeah, is the dad even a villain in this, or is he just
He's not really.
misunderstood?
He is a villain. He did murder a lot of people
He did.
before he married Shang-Chi's mom.
Okay.
But he was he definitely realized when he met his mom that he wanted to be good, and he put those rings away. And then when those guys came and killed his wife, he brought the rings out. So I got that aspect of it, and I felt bad for Shang-Chi because he's probably like, yeah, let's kill those guys. And then he was like, this is just really dark and messed up. Like, mom's not coming back by killing these people. It's just not, there's no solution here. But again, I
Yeah.
think like for Shang-Chi's dad, the solution is murder.
Okay, so this is actually brings up an alternate theory,
Okay.
and that's that essentially this whole situation that happened was Shang-Chi's fault because he left his dad at a time when his dad needed the family together with him to keep him stable.
Oh.
And essentially because they left, that
He got darker and darker.
Basically, it took his mind to a state. And you remember, he said that basically he really went deep into like trying to bring their family back together, and that's when he started hearing his wife, or who he thought was his wife.
Right.
And of course, they were like, "Oh, this is just nonsense." But it turned out it was something, but it was definitely not his wife.
Yeah.
But at that point, they had already broken trust with him, so he couldn't trust them as much as he could trust this voice.
Right.
So yeah, that kind of made it even darker. But anyways,
No, I mean, like I said, the family story here is what was so compelling because they didn't show that in the trailer.
yeah,
But actually, they didn't show anything in the trailer. I don't know what this movie was going to be about, and it's a very, like Shannon said, I think we would have been better prepared in some ways if we'd known this was a dark family drama. I think maybe a lot of people were walking into this thinking this is going to be a fun Disney movie, which there are parts of it that are fun, but the story is in some ways dark. So I do appreciate that. I do think, Shannon, that as these movies move forward, they do become more fun. You just gotta push through the origins. So I'm pretty sure if Shang-Chi comes, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, just think of how dark the first Captain America was.
Oh, I hated Captain America. So boring.
I actually like that movie, but
well, that's because
he got frozen in ice for like a super long time.
Right.
Essentially, he went down telling someone he wanted to date that he was gonna see her again or something, and like crashes this huge giant thing and wakes up 40 years later.
It has been like 10 years since I've seen it. Maybe I'd like it better now.
Speaking of the dragons, I was really glad to see that they actually kept with like what they culturally looked like.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah, the dragon
was absolutely amazing.
That dragon looked a lot like the ones you see in the New Year's, the Chinese New Year.
It looked like the Aquafina dragon,
which is also based off their mythological.
But not only that, like those like lion kinds of creatures.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
Goodness,
I've never seen that on film. I've never seen that on film. I'm like, oh my god, they're on film. Holy crap. And did you see the Nine-Tails Fox from Naruto?
Oh.
Yes. Oh my goodness, those were beautiful.
They were, I was just
so
like,
beautiful.
oh, yeah. I mean, I love Chinese mythology, Asian mythology, Japanese mythology. I like mythology in general. From Asia, I think they just do it really well, better than American
Greek mythology.
Anyways, the thing that I love more about this movie is I grew up watching anime. I've been watching anime since I was 12, probably 6th grade. I've been watching anime. Like George is saying, every single creature, the dragon aspect, and even those animals that we've seen in images but have never seen. He looks like Never Ending Story Dragon, the smaller versions. That's what it reminded me of, Never Ending Story.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, this movie has mythology from kids like us who grew up watching anime. I actually, George says this too, but I think Disney sucks compared to anime. I think
I love anime, but
for me, like Disney is. I love Disney, but it's for kids. Anime is for adults.
Yeah.
In cartoon form. Yeah. Weathering with You is not for kids, even though you can tell me kids can watch it. Sure.
Weathering with You.
Like all the animes we watch, Demon Slayer, Naruto, like 50 animes that we watch today are really dark and really adult.
Yeah.
And
actually, Anna has been watching Demon Slayer more recently, which is absolutely awesome, and she likes it.
That's weird.
I know, but I'm like, yes.
How did you get her to watch it?
Bandwagon, yes.
How did you get her to watch it?
Her younger sister was really into it and watching
Monica?
it, and then like no, her youngest sister, I should say.
Okay.
But yeah, like. So yes, now she's into
Everybody
watching
should be
it,
watching
and I'm just
anime
like,
all the time.
Yes, and Demon Slayer is one of like the best ones to watch too.
What I want from Shang-Chi is to go full anime, like completely. Don't try to make it Marvel or Disney. Just go full blown like anime style. It's there. You can see it in like how they filmed this movie, the cinematography, the action, the fights, all of that. I'm like, just dude, like forget it. Like go full blown anime live action like The Matrix or Alita Battle Angel or something like that.
I love the scene where he has the rings and he's just like compressing them and making them like even
into
more
like
powerful.
A ball of fire. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I'm like, oh.
And if they do that, that would be amazing. All right, we can keep talking. I love this movie, but I've already been talking for an hour. If you guys have seen a Shang-Chi, tell us what you thought. For me, this is my favorite Marvel movie. I said that before. Sorry, I'm sticking to it. After 3 times, the more I watch this movie, the more I love it. Shannon liked it, but she didn't love it. George loved it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Check out our next. I don't even know what's coming out. We got Green Knight coming out, and we will be posting also Jungle Cruise in the next few weeks as well. Jungle Cruise, Luca, and Green Knight and Space Jam. So we got I backed up some of the movies so I can release something, because I think you said there's nothing coming out till October.
There's nothing basically till October from what I'm seeing. So.
It sounds like
I'll
Delta's.
double check again.
It also sounds like Delta's already closing things. Top Gun Maverick has been moved to May. Mission Impossible has moved to next year.
Ugh.
So I think we're gonna go back into lockdown sometime soon. I feel like. You know, as excited as I am to see Eternals and Dune and 007 and all this stuff that we're excited to see, I don't know if they're gonna get released in theaters. So
I still want to see Dune.
I mean, that trailer, man.
Big screen or something.
I need to see Dune in
I need
IMAX.
to see it in theaters. They better have it. They better, even if these movies get released at home, they better at least also do a theater release at some point, because I want to see these on the big screen. They are worth it for the big screen.
Okay, I think that we might still get it, but I don't know which ones will get pushed or not. Right now, Top Gun is the only one that's been moved. Venom got moved too now. Venom versus Carnage or whatever it's called.
Was that supposed to be the new trailer?
So it was supposed to come out in October. They moved it to February of next year.
Wow.
Why did they still show the trailer then? I'm a little disappointed.
Because it literally was just announced 2 days ago.
Oh,
I mean, February is not that far away.
Yeah, but after watching that trailer, I want that right now.
Dude, I've been watching the Dune trailer for 2 years, and there hasn't been really Black Widow.
I know, but not like these Dune trailers. You know, we saw the first trailer, and that kept us happy for about a year.
We'll see what happens. Hey, I don't mind, like, it's winter's coming. I don't mind going back to watching movies on Amazon and Netflix if you have to. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
But I do like Exit the Theater reviews. But anyways, long story short, we'll catch you guys later. Look out for our other reviews. Hopefully things stay open and Delta doesn't kill everyone, and we'll keep going back to the movies. Take care. Bye.